lost count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now. I'm too on one day on my third. I was too broke, now I'm too rich. Made 100K on my third shift from a boy, so boy, and I'm a gangster. And you a boy. Man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Washington Redskins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The first carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, Smith. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Levante David coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On 2nd down, here's Smith. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And this is caught. A huge play there for Washington. And even 40 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there was a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
On the ground, Geis. He fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. Darius Geis with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. A first carry now for the rookie from SC. It's Ronald Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Let's go. It's time to play.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. That is incomplete.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Let's convert. Hey, four down. Green, trouble seat.
Jameis now on 1st down. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Room to run inside the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll run it with Jones, and they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
It's time to play.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receiver.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. Play action. It's Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Buccaneers will take over at the 20. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough field. If you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Let's go. It's time to play. Tight right, tight right. Hey, boys, got 4 down. Check 15, check 15. Easy. Hey. 54.
Now a second down throw for Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. First catch there for Evans, good enough for a first down.
Let's go. It's time to play. 3, 17.
Winston now to throw on first down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Second down, Winston. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it.
He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Jameis to throw it. Flush to his right. The pressure gets to him again. Matt Ioannidis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Let's go, 15.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. They'll try the air now with Smith. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it.
Let's go, 15.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
To throw is Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Breaks a tackle. And he's got room. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Taco Charlton in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So we're at halftime with our score. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now a play fake here on 1st down. It'll buy some time right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there. And both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll pitch it out to Jones. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Let's go. It's time to play. Let him go.
Here's Winston. Out left to Shaheen. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Smith looking to throw on 2nd down. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Catanzaro now for the extra point. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
And the drive begins with a run by Geist. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
To throw on 2nd down. Smith. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vinny Curry in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Let's go. Let's go. 15.
3rd and long, it's Smith. He finds his target, it's Crowder. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out.
Hey, on.
Smith on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On 2nd and 10, Smith. And his throw is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. Ducks him with a grab over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
This is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Geis, they'll try to run it. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your playlist.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They run with Geis. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They snap it to Smith. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Here we go, even.
Again, it's Jones. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Hey, sub. Let's go.
Back near his own goal line, Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 11, and they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Smith. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Right there. 54, right there.
Here's Winston. That's caught by Howard. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that. Yeah, there was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Nice move there by Darius Geis, and he got on my radar in 2016 when he was filling in a lot for Leonard Fournette because he had ankle issues at LSU. And the first time I saw him play, over 200 yards on the ground, a lot of long runs, but he also broke a lot of tackles as well. That's why people had him on their radar for this draft and think that he can be a featured runner, and Washington's counting on it.
They go play action here on 1st down. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Mitch Unrein in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Let's go. It's time to play.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. Winston now. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He's back to throw. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Yeah, 52, 52.
They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They'll hand it down to Geis. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Hey, on.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They'll go again to Jones. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Bucs on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. The give to Jones. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.